Back? Yes? Raise your hand, you can hear me in the back. Great. We're getting ready to start. Everybody find your seat. Good morning, Josan.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming out for our conference today in spite of the weather, and we're delighted that you're here. I'm Sai-Ling Chen-Siu. I'm one of two co-chairs for San Francisco Child Care Provider Association. Unfortunately, my other co-chair, Jennifer, was involved in a minor accident and she could not be here today. Yeah. So, I know you come here with a lot of expectation, and I hope that you leave today with a lot of happiness. Because I got involved in the childcare community close to 30 years, a little bit more than 30 years ago, and I always felt that I never left the community. It's a community. The early childcare community is a caring community. We look after each other. Even in this morning when I came, I already got help from two people. One person offered to help me to carry my box of books, and another person helped me to get my sticker for my parking lot. That's the spirit. That's the spirit of early childcare. And I think today you're going to make some new friends, have some old acquaintance, learn some new things, but most importantly, have some fun, because this is your day. And I hope that you leave with a lot of fun and joy. So, a little bit about the SFCCPA. We were established in 1997. We always actually brought together a broad spectrum of early childhood providers, both from family daycare, childcare centers, and other people like me, mental health people. And we actually, the purpose of our organization is to recognize early care educators' expertise, promote your professional growth, and help to influence and inform public policy. So we've been pretty vibrant and have been operating since 1997. So today, I believe is our 9th conference. And a little bit about our conference detail. If you look at your packet, there's a schedule for the whole day. And after our keynote, we're going to go to the Humanities Building for workshops and lunch. Then we'll return here to the theater to end the day with a panel and a raffle, which you won't want to miss. There's some small changes in the schedule. There's one additional workshop in session 1 that will be interpreted into Cantonese. That's number 5, digging deeper, most common reasons behind difficult behavior with Ferris Page. There's a canceled workshop in session 2, number 10, take care of yourselves. And then Gretchen Ames' workshop has moved upstairs from, 119 to 211 to make room for inside lunch, because we don't know whether it's going to rain. And thank you, Gretchen, and for all your flexibility. And we need the rain. So last year, we had to turn people away for our conference. And this year, we moved into this larger space. And no one has been turned away. So now we have lots of room to grow. And so next year, please help us to spread the word and bring more friends. Our conference theme is about creating a learning community. Each of us build that community. So please bring more people next year. And now I'm going to actually introduce Ashley Williams of EDvance San Francisco, who's going to share a short clip with us.
Oh, it's working. Good morning, everyone. How are you? I am here to wake you up. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning. If we're doing this in service of children and families, can I hear a round of applause? Thank you. Good morning. My name is Ashley Williams, and I'm the programs coordinator for EDvance SF. I heard that. So the name might sound familiar. If you've heard of SFC, can I hear a round of applause? If you've heard of Foundations, can I hear a round of applause? If you know of our PATH program, can I hear a round of applause? Credential coming soon. All right, everyone, so I want to get started and just introduce you to EDvance SF. We are partnering here with San Francisco State and the SFSU, the provider, I always get the letters mixed up, to present this to you today. And we wanted to share a little bit about our program with you. And what we're doing in EDvance SF is creating access for you all to move forward towards degree attainment. This is a short view of our pathway. We'll have these available at our table, but I really want to fast forward to the video, which will really just explain it all so we can move past that. All of our programs, including PATH, Foundations, and our Metro Academy here, we provide academic guidance, case management, tutoring, convenient scheduling, so our PATH classes are actually happening right now on a Saturday, and clear pathways through all of our programs for degree attainment for early childhood educators like yourselves. Thank you. And now we're going to get into the video.
When I got to college, it was definitely like a big culture shock. I was looking for something like I can have some type of form of support and guidance.
As an adult, going back to school can be intimidating.
I would say without this program, I'd be very lost.
It has culture, it has a lot of support, it has great people.
It was also really helpful having classes that were just handpicked, and I didn't have to go through the stressful registration.
Every day I come into class and there's something new and something interesting waiting for us.
I've been a better listener, I've been a better team player. As a result, I think I'm a better teacher.
To know that you made it, have a BA, to carry that on your back.
I'm 61 and I'm grade 3. Great.
It's not inherent in the model of universities to always be the most flexible. They have to serve a lot of people and they implement good programming, but some groups need great programming.
Across the CSUs here, we have a really high access rate for underrepresented first-generation college students. However, we have very, very low completion rates. So we started looking at if we really want to diversify the early childhood workforce, how can we ensure that students are getting the support that they need to be successful? EDvance currently has 3 academic programs that help individuals both from the existing early childhood workforce and incoming freshmen navigate systems of higher education. The first being Foundations, the second being Metro Academies and Child and Adolescent Development, and the third being PATH. All of the EDvance programs provide case management, tutoring, academic counseling and advising, cohorted classes, and also financial incentives.
Really what you see at San Francisco State, in my mind, is the complete package. It's the exact kind of model the field needs at this point in its evolution towards these higher degrees.
So how many clauses do I have? I have 2 clauses here. What kinds of clauses? That's right. Good.
When we have teachers that have been in the field for many, many years, those are gems. I consider those teachers gems. I've learned so much from staff that I've even supervised. I've been their supervisor. And it would be a sad shame if they were losing their jobs because they're not qualified on paper to hold those positions. Yes, we want to raise the bar for quality, absolutely. And we want to keep these teachers, but how do we help to move them towards so we can raise the bar together?
My first class was at Merritt College, and I transferred over to Contra Costa College, and I went to Vista College, and I went to Laney College. And yes, and I even went to a class at UC Berkeley for business. I've been taking classes since 1993. But English is my hardest subject. Getting my grammar in the right place and so on and so forth. Foundation opened up doors for me. I think it's opened up doors for a lot of the students.
There is nothing more powerful than teachers within each center going back and getting their degrees and inspiring their co-teachers and their co-workers and their assistants to go back and do the same, it starts to create a groundswell of people wanting to go back and achieve their education.
The beauty of the PATH program is that our students take the science that we talk about and apply it the next day. And that real-time theory to practice is something that we see as a really important part of the model.
Coming to a large institution of higher ed like San Francisco State sometimes can be really isolating. And so students form really tight bonds with one another. You have a community of people that really care about you. Everybody's pushing each other to succeed.
Our graduation rates are heads and tails above the university graduation rates. We have a 95% graduation rate in 4 semesters. They are the first in their family to graduate from college. They are the first in their family to do something that they've been told they couldn't do. And I think that that's where EDvance and PATH will always be more than a graduation rate.
I actually never thought that I could be a full-time student, considering the fact that I'm a full-time mommy, full-time wife, full-time, I'm employed full-time. Yet PATH proved me wrong.
100% of our students that did Metro and PATH are graduating in 4 years. And that is really an amazing number, and we're just so proud of our college students for being able to do that. But the key ingredients aren't that difficult. I mean, what we're really finding is when you make courses at times that are convenient for individuals to go to school, when you ensure that they have access to high quality tutors, when they have instructors that care about them, that ensure that the content is relevant and meaningful to them, and they are guaranteed all of their courses, that they're graduating.
These 3 programs are distinct but important because they work together as a giant pipeline to help from the very beginning all the way to the end.
Thank you, everyone. A lot of the people in those videos are actually here today, which is amazing to see. And we really wanted to introduce the name EDvance SF and our programming to you all, and hoping that you can make the connection between your professional development and your academic development. It goes together. So we wanted to present that message to you all. We have a table that will be available, so I'll have flyers for all of our programming. Our Foundations English Writing Workshop is coming up. It's starting actually this month. Gretchen is the new Foundations Coordinator. So we will have information about that available, and all of our program information available at our tables. Thank you so much.
Wonderful to hear about opportunities for advancement. So next I want to bring on the stage a very important person who has made a lot of opportunities available for us and has been a champion for early care for many, many years. Supervisor Norman Yee, the District 7 Supervisor. I've known Norman for I don't know how many years, and I didn't really know that I could introduce him today. But I do want to actually share one thing with you, is that, Supervisor Yee is the one person that I know that's actually walking the talk. We have a lot of people who talk the talk, and we have a lot of people who made a lot of commitment, but I have actually worked with Supervisor Yee for many, many years, and I have actually seen how he actually put into practice and bring to fruition in things that he cares about a lot and cares from his heart. And I think that distinguishes him from a lot of other people. So I want to bring to the stage Supervisor Yee.
Thank you, Silene. You know, when she talks about people that walk the walk, you're really looking at all of them right up here. These are fabulous people that I've known for decades, it seems. And San Francisco State, I have to give them a lot of credit. I know sometimes we think, oh, San Francisco State just started their interest in early education, and I tell you that it's been years. Some of you might know this name, Lynn Steinman, who was an instructor here in the 60s and 70s, I believe, and 80s. And she was here for a long time. And one of the things that I had the privilege of doing with her and the faculty here at San Francisco State was that in the 70s, very few universities, colleges had any interest in early education, and in particularly to reach out to the communities, especially to communities of color, and especially communities where English is not their first language. And Lynn Steinman actually did it. I mean, she worked with a bunch of centers, created courses where she would work with the entire organization and provide an instruction, and they didn't have to go anywhere. She would just go to the centers and say, sit here after work and we'll start working with you. So San Francisco State, I want to kudos to San Francisco State. Give them a hand. As Silene was saying, I've been in this field since the 70s, in and out, mostly in, and it's a passion of mine of whatever capacity I'm at, I'm always trying to work with people like these on stage and many of you out there to try to improve things. So for me, now that I'm a supervisor, and before I was a supervisor, I was on the Board of Education, and before that I did a lot of nonprofit of Weedy Children's Services, was probably where most people knew me. I was there for 18 years. Part of what I try to do is wherever I go, I bring this passion with me. So for the school district, I have to say, it wasn't that much work, but it took someone to say it that once upon a time, the school district was never pretty much considered a kindergarten to 12th grade, and anything younger than that was considered extra or something else. It wasn't part of the school district. So probably one of the biggest things I was able to do for the school district was to get them to think in terms of at least pre-K-12 as a system. So, and I'm proud that they've made that conversion, that all of a sudden, when you look at their website, they're the only school district that I know of. Maybe there's a few others in the United States, but when you look at their website, it says pre-K-12. So fast forward, now I'm on the Board of Supervisors, and there are many things I have to sort of be responsible for and challenge with all the issues. But again, I bring the passion of children and childcare and early education with me. So more recently, last year, as most of you, raise your hand, you're actually in San Francisco? All right, so most of you probably know this. In November, many people voted for Prop C. Prop C was the result of a year or two of discussion of what to do with that and how we could improve our early ed program and our children and our education. So, because what it did was it gave us an opportunity to reauthorize, meaning continue funding for these efforts, because they were going to sunset pretty soon, meaning they were going to end. All of a sudden, you don't have PEIF anymore, which pays for preschool for all. All of a sudden, you don't have the big chunk of funding that DCYF has for a range of children's services. So what we did was say, well, no, let's stop this game. We know it works. We know we need funding for our children. Let's don't make this a 10-year thing, a cycle. We have to come back, and a lot of us have to put a lot of energy and take away from our services just to